Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3 S's. I'm your host here, Chantel Francis, here to talk to you about, they're calling her Hurricane Faye. She's definitely Hurricane Faye. That is Love Island UK Season 7, Episode 40. This was an episode. I mean, I didn't take that many notes, but it was definitely had the drama that I didn't know I was even missing or needed. It was a lot. It was very intense, and it's actually been very polarizing. People's reaction to this episode, or people's actions within this episode. Woo! But if it's your first time here on Reality Realness, please do us a favor and subscribe. We're just trying to build a community of people that love reality TV. And the easiest way to support us, subscribe, and then like, and then comment, and then super chats, all the above. But subscribing is the first way that you could help. So, where do we even start? Hi, Sans. This episode... Man, so we go right back in it to where they were sitting and they're watching the movies and they're playing these little answer these sexually based questions, kind of statistics type questions. And if you got the answer correct, then they would see a movie clip. Now, I think that what they should have maybe done is if you get the question correct, you saw a good movie, correct? Or like I guess you could choose which one you were seeing. So I guess that was what the prize was, is that you got to pick and see which clips you received. But it was just like all the clips were bad for everybody that was involved. So, woo! Hi, Netha. Annette. Faye's Unhinged, that was abusive and hard to watch. I actually don't completely agree. It was unhinged for sure, but I don't think that it was abusive. Personally. Hi, Letty. Hi, Sam. So I know you wanted Teddy and Faye to stay together, but after this, no way. No way. I can't do Chloe yet. No way. No. I don't know. I can't do Chloe yet. I'm surprised the producers let it go on for so long. Okay, since we're probably pretty much going to only talk about this incident and the Jake of it all. So how I'm feeling with the Faye incident is that Faye that's how she's always kind of defended herself, is by a loud bark. So it's kind of like a dog that's been abused or hurt or beaten or something like that. And the only way that they know how to retaliate when they get hurt is by snapping back. Now, of course, we could say like, oh, she should have taken care of it this way, or she could have taken care of it that way, or she's, she should have spoken to him calmly. Fine. But in the situation where she has been completely rattled and completely kind of heartbroken and she's defending herself, I actually really felt for Faye. She made, at the end of this episode, I cried a lot for how I knew that Faye was feeling. And this was just the amount of pain that she was feeling was the amount that she was lashing out. So I was having a lot of compassion for Faye in this moment, because there's no way that she would have been acting this way if she wasn't hurt at all. Now, I know some of you can say well, you should still treat people with respect, blah, blah, blah. Oh, sure, you should still treat people with respect. But I can understand why she was reacting this way, because she was letting this person in. This person was wanting her to be open and accepting of them being in a relationship that would maybe go the distance, that would, that he would want her to be his girlfriend. And then she saw something that was completely against everything that he was promising her. And so she felt as though he was completely taking advantage of her open heart situation and her vulnerability. And so she completely closed back up and lashed out as a form of protection. So we don't know what Faye has been through in her life. And she's said many times that she's, she doesn't really let people in. She doesn't trust people. And who knows, could she have been in abusive relationships? I wouldn't be surprised, because she is reacting like somebody that's had to protect herself with her words on many occasions. So maybe maybe it was something physically abusive, and the only things that she had to retaliate was her cutting responses and her cutting fight clapbacks. And so I really have more compassion for Faye. I was actually really frustrated with everybody being like, "Oh, the way that you talk to him, like, it doesn't allow her to be hurt." And I felt that even Teddy was deflecting from what actually, and she said this at the end of the episode, that made her react this way is something that he did. And it's kind of like, now the conversation is about how she reacted and not from the actions of what was done and how she felt about what was done. And so this is definitely her way of defending herself and putting up a wall. And because it's now like he's not even going to try to say something to make her feel better, because like he doesn't want to get attacked or whatnot. So this is a complete way for her to build a barrier between them, so there's no turning back. It's kind of like it's a point of no return now. She's done too much, and now she can revel in she was right. If she opens up, someone's going to hurt her, and then they're not even going to care enough about her. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. Care enough about her to want to understand why she's reacting that way and why she's so upset. So I just have a lot of compassion for Faye in this situation. I don't even like, I mean, I don't know if I'm just numb to seeing these kind of fights on reality TV. I didn't think it was like she wasn't like aggressive in the sense that she was throwing punches or breaking anything, or we see guys punch walls all the time, and like I think that that's a little bit over the top with expressing aggression. So I think I'm not that mad personally at Faye's how she reacted. I understand. I think I understand her. Okay, I'm back. It's been a very, I'm sorry, I'm Jordan. Well, I'm happy that you are feeling better. Hopefully you are feeling well enough to be able to stay up to date and watch Love Island in bed, if that's the case. Happy that you are feeling better. Okay, hi Sam. So I think I said hi to you already, but I'll say hi again. I don't think even Teddy did anything wrong. Everyone at one point in their life can feel a sexual desire towards someone, but he didn't act on it. And so what is there to tell? I think that he basically said that, like, I wasn't attracted to anybody. I didn't like anybody. I slept in a bed. And she's saying that there was conflict within him. She's saying, and he didn't let her know that he had any sort of interest or inclination towards someone else. He made it seem as though he had the chastity belt on. He was hugging her teddy, as she said, and laying in the teepee. And so I think that it's the lack of giving all the information that she feels as though there's probably even more to the situation, and he's not being fully transparent. And so I think that she just felt as though he said enough to get her back in his good graces. But really there was more to tell. And I think that she just doesn't feel like she can trust him, because what he said didn't line up to what she saw him do. That is what I think. Not Chantel, whatever pain she is feeling can't be excused from treating Teddy in that matter. She needs to leave and get therapy, as hurt people hurt people. That's opinion. I don't think that there's any excuse for her behavior. She belittled that man who has been nothing but patient with her. Imagine what it would be like in private if she could do this on TV. I mean, she's probably doing it more because she's on TV. Everybody's been waiting for Faye to pop off. She drove the man to tears. Unacceptable. I'm not fully in agreement here. Her behavior took away from Jake, who should have been held to account, but he basically gets away with it. He did not even reassure Liberty or apologize for how he made her feel. True, I do think that Jake is, like, how Jake reacted, how he was even like, what, I didn't do anything, and he already automatically gets super mad about, like, Faye having a reaction. I I think that that was telling that he was guilty and that he's probably playing a game. We'll see tonight or tomorrow night if he says something enough more things to make Liberty feel better, but I don't think he's going to, and then I think he's still going to win the show. On the outside world, she would have been arrested, and rightly so. Faye is a very short-tempered. Honestly, the way she spoke to Teddy was very petty and immature. I mean, I don't know to call, like, everybody was calling her immature and acting like a child, and you know, yeah, maybe she was acting like a child, but I don't know. I think that they were using those words and calling her that because they wanted to rile her up. I think that they wanted to push her buttons. I think that they wanted her to make her angry because I mean, I've definitely been on the receiving end of a lot of of people yelling at me and saying hateful comments, and of course, like at times I don't think that I deserve it, but I'm also like, I don't necessarily fully judge people when they have an emotional reaction to something, because I know that it usually has less to do with me and more to do with the other person. I didn't like how they reacted. I didn't fully like it, but I understood it. They didn't give Teddy all the information either. From what I could see, she did, but I don't know. I wasn't in the villa, so I can't fully tell, but it seemed to me like she did tell him everything. If a man, especially a black man, would have acted that way, he would have been taken out immediately. Well, a black woman would never be able to act that way because she would be labeled the angry black woman, et cetera, et cetera. I think that she's allowed to have her reaction. She didn't physically hurt anybody. And yeah, it's unfortunate that she was pushed to a level that was unhinged, but she just shouted. Like, I mean, I just didn't think that it was that like, oh, take her out. Like I don't know. I guess I've seen more shouting in life than people have. I don't know. Jake isn't going to win. Millie and Liam are stronger than ever. Toby and Chloe too. I don't know if they'll give it to Toby and Chloe. Hopefully new girls come in for Teddy. I actually want Teddy to go because I think that he's a little bit of a gaslighter. At times I was telling the screen, I was like, shut up, Teddy. I said, shut up, Teddy. And I said, shut up, Jake. Because like, I know that Faye didn't handle it in the best way, but I do think that they were allowing her reaction to deflect from their actions. And that irritated me. Sharif got kicked out. Yeah, well, he got kicked out for saying what? I should have kicked you in the see you next Tuesday, I think it was. We can accept, even understand reason, but it still does not excuse her behavior. I understood where it came from, and I don't know. I didn't think it was that bad. Jordan, I think that was because he accidentally kicked Molly in her private. Yes, and said like kicked her into the box or kicked her in the see you next Tuesday, and they were play fighting, and I don't know. And like also though, like I mean, I know you're gonna say probably, oh well, she drove Teddy to react this way, but he did call her what, a twat, I believe, and a see you next Tuesday as well. I mean. I don't think that that's okay either, but you're going to say like, oh, she drove him to say these things. Well, he drove her to say the other things. Still love the drama Faye is giving us. Absolutely. I think that she's having a real reaction, and, you know, she's hurt, and we're seeing it live. And I was definitely feeling for Faye. I was not feeling for Teddy. I wonder if the girls are scared of Faye because I don't understand how they could watch their friend act like that. I wouldn't be surprised if the producers are like, just let her have it because it's providing drama, and that's what the show puts in these circumstances for. They wouldn't have had this the movie night if they weren't trying to gain some sort of reaction from the Islanders, and they played specific clips to make people involved look as guilty as possible to instill a reaction. And so I'm sure that the producer said, just let her go, let her go. Producers of those shows are to blame as well. Absolutely. Hi, Alicia. I kind of like, oh my God, sorry, I'm not there at all. I was like, Matt, you need to F off and shut up. Like, I was so irritated. Like, you have nothing to do with this. Your opinion, in my opinion, doesn't mean anything. I don't want to hear your voice. Like, I'm like, Matt and how he acted with Kaz, like all of that. I just, like, I'm not here for Matthew at all. I want him to go as soon as possible. I mean, okay, fine. Eating popcorn and watching the video, I didn't really pay attention to him because, like, I don't look at him at all. I don't think that he's relevant, in my opinion, to this show anymore. Like, it's time for him to go. He served his purpose by allowing Kaz to not come into the villa, or Tyler to come back into the villa with somebody, so she wasn't going to be standing alone. So that was his purpose. But now he can go. Please, I'm not into it. Hi, Lee. So Faye has been problematic from the jump, making fun of AJ on the balcony, being salty that Chloe has found most attractive, making catty comments. It seems funny to some, but I think she's quite bitter. I think that she has gotten by having humor and a loud mouth. I think that that's her form of protection. So her having little catty remarks or whatnot, I think it's because she's insecure for sure. And I think that she's probably been abused before, probably within a relationship. She's probably been taken advantage of and walked all over probably before. So I don't know. I understand her vibe. I have not seen the first look yet. No, Dan. I never can find it because I don't have the app, so I don't usually see it. If it's on maybe Instagram, maybe I'd see it. Of course, they're scared. You can't reason with a mad person. I mean, I think I could reason with Faye. I think she's actually not mad. I think she's very hurt, and she thinks that she's in the right. It was funny that Faye, when Faye was cussing Matt, when she's just like, "Who are you? Shut up, sit down." Like, she wants to be able to take. She always is taking everybody on because this is how she feels as though she's protected and strong and powerful, and it's because she was falling for Teddy, and I think that he did really hurt her, and she just doesn't want. She wants to not have to go back to that place, so she's doing everything that she can to make sure that there's nothing that could be said or done to make him want to be with her anymore. So it's also self-sabotage in there. There's a lot of things because I'm sure she is beating herself up and hating herself for how she's acted, and I'm sure that she's having a lot of remorse, but she will never really show that to anybody. It's kind of like an alcoholic. If they have like an episode where they drink too much and things get out of hand, and then they have like the next day they're really upset and remorseful. That's how I feel that Faye is going to feel after. But I think that she's actually just hurt and sad. Who do you think will be dumped? Is Matthew with somebody right now? Matthew, Abby? Or do they not count? Are we dumping our least favorite Islander, or is it couple? If it's Islander, I think Matt's done. Who cares about Matt? And girl, who's the girls? I don't think Faye will go anywhere. I don't think Kaz will go anywhere. I don't think Chloe will go anywhere. I don't think Mary will go anywhere. I don't think Millie will go anywhere. So yeah, I think Abby and Matt, if it's Islanders, I think they'll be done. I like Faye, but this is not the first time that she's acted like this. The Islanders are not surprised by her behavior, and that is not what she should be known for. She looks out for her friends. Yeah, she does look out for her friends, and she is the voice when people can't stand up for themselves, and she does take a lot of heat and a lot of, attacks from people. And so she's just trying to be as Teflon as possible. And I think that her armor is like her yelling at people. She basically warned everyone by saying, I think I will. Every prick in here, after hearing that I wouldn't challenge her either. Anyone challenging her would come off worse, as she was not listening. I mean, you definitely do not try to reason with somebody at that, like when they're at that level. Let her yell and tire herself out, and then, speak to her at another time when she's not in that state. You don't want to match her at that level. Toby running had me dead. What kind of run was that? When did he run? Also, I thought it's just hilarious that Toby now is he's the saint in the villa, and how he was going and consoling Jake. Jake is another piece of work that his character is not the vibe. We've all said it from the beginning that we weren't big fans of Jake, and that he was playing a game, and that if somebody came in that was his type, that was interested in him, his head would be turned. I still think that's almost the case. Well, except for now he's trying to rehabilitate his image. But how he reacted was so guilty, and him getting angry at him being like, well, I didn't actually do that. They could do whatever they want. You were fully encouraging them to go and be unfaithful so that you and Liberty could win the show. Just call a spade a spade. That's just what was going down, Jake. And for you to especially your reaction to me shows me that you were caught. You were caught. In the first look, it said that they were all going to a club. Oh yeah. I did. What was part of the next episode preview, and so they're leaving the island to go to a club. And I'm wondering. This sounds fishy, though. What's going to happen over there? I don't know. She looks out for her friends and is protective, but she has been out of order more than once. I like that she's able to look back and recognize when she was wrong. Don't think there is any comeback. I definitely think that when she's not as upset, she's going to apologize to Teddy. I do think that. And I think it's gonna be very sad. I don't know. She's really touching my heart. I cried a lot for Faye this episode. I was just I just could feel how hurt she was, and whether she misread the situation, whether it was too bad or not too bad, what she saw really hurt her enough for her to react that way. And I just my heart goes out to her because she doesn't have anybody in there that was willing. All she really probably wanted to do was get a hug and some reassurance. And because she's putting up this wall, she's everyone pushing everybody away. But all she really probably wants is a hug, Kaz, unfortunately, and Tyler. You think those are people are going to be gone? I don't think so. I'm worried for Kaz. Uh-oh. I don't think so. I think the vote happened when everybody was hating on Kaz. So Matt, I'm so not into Matt. I can't even look at him anymore. Just who does he think he is? Does he think he's better looking than he actually is? I don't know why he has so much attitude, and I don't know. I'm not a fan of his at all. I didn't really like him with Kaz to begin with, but I was happy, as I said, that he was there to be so she didn't look like she was standing by herself. But after that, I'm just Dumped Islanders have come out and said Millie and Liam should win, and that in person they're really, really good together. I'm shocked by that. Thought they'd say Liv and Jake. Well, I think that they can see how phony Jake is. And I really like Millie. Even through all this, I've really grown to like her. I like that she has little jokes, even though she's hurt, and how she's allowing him to come back. I wish that she was a little bit harder on him, but I think that she's really cute in how she's going about it. And so I've actually grown to like Millie more than before. It should be Matt and Abby, although I'd like her to go. I'm afraid it's going to be Kaz and Tyler. No. I can't lose Kaz and Tyler and Cash in the same week. Like, I just can't do that. I don't even know if I'm going to continue watching Love Island US because they messed up the season so much. I think Kaz will be saved. She has a strong fan base. I think Tyler and Dale have the lowest votes. See, I think Kaz fans will vote Tyler. I think it's obvious that Jake does not like Liberty as much as she likes him. Maybe that's why they say Millie and Liam. Exactly. I agree with you, Netha. It's the fact that she didn't even apologize. Jake can at least reassure her and of saying, yeah, that he didn't apologize. Yes. Her say there's nothing more that I can say. Exactly. Like him, like that's like, yeah, there's a lot more that you can say. Being like, Libby, like, you know how I feel. Pull her in, hug her, kiss her. Like, I want to be with you. Like, not just no, missed the mark for me. I agree, Sam. How Chloe and Toby are now the most unproblematic couple at the moment is beyond me. Last time there was a club, Belle dragged Anton and Joanne was dumped and called Michael a snake. Oh, okay, hold on. Wait, those are two different seasons, right? Was Belle? Wait, who's Belle? I remember, obviously, Joanne. Joanne is who Michael brought back from Casa Amor, correct? And then, who's Belle? Belle's blonde, right? Oh, Belle and Anton, yes. I don't remember this, though, properly. And this was just seasons, I guess it was 2 years ago. I can't wait. Oh my God, if Kaz and Tyler go home, I'd be livid, absolutely. And it has to be Abby and Matthew. Like, get them off the screen. Toby and Chloe are favorite to win. Figure that. I kind of like them the most, though. I can't believe that Toby has turned me around on him. Oh, yes, maybe. They also said Tyler is a game player. Even Aaron said watching them in the villa, he's not entirely sure Tyler's being genuine with Kaz. Brutal. If another guy saying that, because guys are always looking out for guys, that's a problem. I think Faye has been looking for a reason to end things with Teddy, whether she thinks it's because she thinks he's too good for her. I think that's true. Doesn't like him enough. No, I think she does. I think she likes him more than she's admitting. I do think that she thinks, she said it. She said that, like, that she doesn't know if she's good enough for him. And I think that that's why she was showing her fangs. Like, she was showing how, oh, I'm so rough around the edges. I'm so unhinged. I'm so unruly. I'm so untamable. You couldn't bring me out in public because I'd embarrass you. And I think she's just proving that to him that she's not good enough for him. You know what I mean? So he would make that mistake or that decision that, no, I do not want to invest anything more in her because she's not the type of person that I want to have on my arm. And so I think she's making it as easy for him as possible to make that decision. I think he was going to ask her to be his girlfriend before this. Yes. So, I mean, I actually thought, like, when that whole thing happened, when you saw her go get up in the middle of the night, I thought that she was actually going to go and crawl into bed with him. That's what I thought was going to happen, but she crawled into her own bed by herself. So I did think, I do think that she will calm down and have a conversation at a normal decibel. And I could see her becoming emotional. He can be quite compassionate with her because I think he sees where her heart truly is. Oh my God, it's just making me so sad. This whole story. This is a real love story, guys. It's real. It's real. I'm so sad about it though, how it went down. But I feel for Faye. I honestly think Toby and Chloe are perfect for each other. Their personalities are so similar. I enjoy them together. They're funny. They look like they like each other. They have a good time together. Tyler literally called himself a game player in Gas Some More. When did he say that? I don't disagree, but yeah, anyone with Kaz is pretty much safe, so Tyler is probably safe. That's what I'm hoping for. Belle and Anton, no, season 5. Yes, no, I'm remembering who they are now. Anton that his mom shaves his bum. Tyler is as much as a game player as Jake. I want Kaz in the final, but don't want her to win because of him. He will dump her as soon as they're out, or maybe drag it out for a bit for publicity. I think that he'll drag it out for a bit, because look at like the Molly May and Tommys of it all. Look at Olivia and what's his name? He's so cute. Alex. Like they're so famous and they're still in their relationships, and they just get to have so much opportunity as a couple. And so she's already in the influencer world. I can imagine that they're more valued or valuable as a couple. So I think that he would take advantage of that, because if he's playing a game. I like Chloe and Toby. Who knew 3 weeks ago we'd be saying it today? I know. I cannot believe that I'm siding with Toby now. And like I think I might vote for them to win, because I like their relationship the most right now. I feel like everyone likes Abigail, but because she's kind of nice. I like Abigail, but she's not in a couple. I don't know if there's going to be a guy that's going to be brought in before this vote goes out. She should have found a guy. She should have, I guess, talked to Dale before Chloe did, or I don't know. She should have come back with somebody instead of waiting for Toby. I don't know. But Abby and Dale were saved in the vote, so Abby has a decent fan base to be saved possibly. I don't know about by herself though. Hi, Villette. If her hurt so deep, why Love Island? Agree to disagree. I mean, I don't think she realized how bad it's probably just part of her, right? Just like there's people from certain groups that's how they communicate, is by like yelling and fighting and yelling at each other. Like she doesn't probably think that there's anything wrong with the way that she is reacting, because that's how she's learned to cope for her entire life. I think at this time, people disliked Hugo more than Dale and Abby. I wonder if the Islanders will get to choose who to save from the bottom 3. I mean, they'll only do that if the producers are going to meddle, right? Like if the producers want somebody else to go, then who's on the bottom? I agree. She will calm down. She'll even cry those white woman tears, but I think she needs to go. New bombshell incoming. All right. Which male and female Love Islander is your favorite of all time? I'm definitely a fan of Olivia and Alex. I watched all their like getting married stories and like, Say Yes to the Dress or whatever it was that she was on. And like, they haven't been as active this past year, but they used to be really active on social media. And I just enjoyed seeing their stories and what they were doing, what was going on in their lives. So I really, really liked them. I also really liked Cara and Nathan. I thought they were just such a funny duo. I was really happy. I'm assuming that they're still together, but I was happy that they got back together, because I know she was originally going to have their son alone, and then they got back together. I'm happy about that, especially if they still are together. I really liked Amber and Michael before Cast Some More. I also liked Greg and Amber before they broke up and he just became a jerk. Voting was based on save the best girl and best boy. So Abby may be safe and Matt may get sympathy votes. I want Matt gone. I bet the producers were hoping Paige would have a go at Jake and not Teddy, and it backfired. She should have been pulled aside. We only see an hour. I bet it went off for over an hour. Unpopular opinion, Mary and Dale might be the dark horses of the show. Mary's following is growing very quickly. She started at 180,000. Now she's at 300,000. I like them though, but I don't know that much about them, so that's a good point though, Lee. Matt is defo getting sympathy votes based on the way people came for Kaz. Kaz didn't do anything. I'm just like, I want to like flip the table. Like, yes, Kara and Nathan are still together. They have 2 children. Okay, I remember there was a casting special or something like that, and she was pregnant with the 2nd child. I think it was Where Are They Now? So that's amazing. I really liked them, and when they got together, I was so happy for them. Bottom 3 guys: Tyler, Dale, and possibly Jake. Ooh. But probably Matthew. Bottom 3 girls: Mary, Abby, and either Kaz or Faye. I don't think Faye will be in the bottom because as much as you guys, as much as there's people that dislike how she acted, there's a lot of people that are supporting the drama of it all. So IG, Mary and Dale will live, which is unfair since they actually are building a connection. So I guess Mary and Dale will live, which is unfair since they actually are building a connection. I mean, I think it's okay for them to stay. You mean fair, I think. Alex Bone was one of the best bombshells to date. Oh my God, he was so cute. He still is cute. I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't even usually like blondes. And he's a cutie pie. I think Mary has 10.5 thousand on her YouTube channel. Wow, so she's already pretty famous. The Irish regional votes will more likely, oh my God, keep that in. Please, no. Please, no. Oh, we'll leave. Okay, gotcha. So, I mean, I didn't really, that's all I really wrote about. We did have a couple of moments where Millie and Liam were talking, and she says that she can't be dwelling on the past, and kind of says, like, maybe you can have a little bit of a cuddle tonight, but maybe. And he's just like a little puppy dog, like lapping up anything that she gives him, which is kind of cute. Liberty pulls Jake for a chat. She's like, I know I'm not a supermodel, and this is really hard for me to even say these things. And he didn't really, in my opinion, make her feel better. And Liberty, and Chloe was trying to comfort Liberty a little bit. And she was actually pissed at Jake. He's like, he didn't even come right over to comfort you. He didn't even directly like try to make you feel better about the situation. It's probably because he's like, I don't like her. So what am I going to say to make her think that I like her? And like, even though I didn't like her then, I still don't like her. Like, he's just trying to figure out what to say to Liberty. That's why I think he didn't go right away. That's really it that's happened. Toby supports Jake, and I was just like, Toby is the voice of reason in the villa now. Like, what? Yeah, that's basically it. That's pretty much it. Now, of course, like, I know that Faye, like, it would be nice if Faye reacted in a calm manner, but it's just not what she's used to. So I can understand that. And I do have compassion for her. Ovi. Oh, I liked Ovi as well. I loved when Ovi and Anna were together. I thought they were a very attractive couple. But he did date India after for quite a while, if I'm not mistaken. You like Ovi as well? I mean, Ovi was very good looking, and I wanted him and Amber to like have more than a friendship. Absolutely. Did you see Kaz duck behind the counter when Faye was arguing with Teddy? No, but I might go back and watch that. Or I'm sure there's going to be more clips. And I might be able to they might keep that clip in. Well, guys, I know that we have a little slightly different opinions on like the whole thing of it all. Of course, I want everybody to be treated with respect, but I do understand where she is coming from. Not that it makes it all right, but I have a heart's understanding and compassion to what she's going through, and she just really wants a hug. She just really wants to feel love and not feel like if she's getting that love from somebody that they're immediately going to do something to hurt her. And because you can tell by the things that she said, right? She's like, oh, you know, you want me to be your girlfriend, but then you go and you act like that, or you lie to me, or you withhold truths from me. right? Like, this is the whole thing. Like, you want me to be your girlfriend, but then you're still, that's an opening to hurt me. And so I'm just reading through the heart lines of Faye, and of course I would like to learn how to deal with her emotions in a more rational, calm way, but I'm also not going to fully villainize her for the fact that she had an emotional outbreak. And it's probably because of her upbringing and her life experience. So it's kind of like, when people are rioting and, all we're seeing is like, oh, like, look at how bad those people are for rioting. And it's like, well, that is just like the outward expression of some deep pain. And sometimes deep pain, we can't contain and choose how it comes out and how it lashes out. And so how I have compassion for anybody that's involved in any rights because they're doing something for change and they're doing something that's coming from a deep pain. I have compassion for the people that are doing the rioting or acting how Faye is acting, is because they must have been really hurt from in the past. All right. Am I going to be doing FAYE Island review? I've watched all the episodes and I like it, but I don't know if I want to talk about it. I've been kind of teetering back and forth about it, kind of wondering like how I should do it. Like, should we just do like one a day for like a couple weeks and just do like one episode at a time and just like do it that way? I guess because there's not like a specific format, I just don't really get the format. And there's so many guys. I'm not sure. We're still thinking about it, especially since we're not nonplussed about Love Island USA. We might just like tone that down to shorter recaps and then maybe bring in FAYE Island. It's still a thought. It's not 100% yes or no yet. I would still say it's like 50-50. So we'll let you know, Dan, if we decide to do it. Oops. But that's all I could really got for you guys today. I'm crying enough tears. So many tears I've been crying. I obviously appreciate everybody that's in the chat here today. Discussing, these are real life circumstances that we're seeing played out on TV. And so hearing people's perspectives, I do respect and understand that everybody is going to have a difference of opinion on how to handle certain situations from their upbringing and what they've experienced and gone through in their life. So I love and appreciate all of you. And thank you for sharing your perspective here. Peter from FAYE Island is definitely a fan favorite. I don't even know who that is. Who's Peter? I don't know who Peter is. Peter? Who's Peter? Love Island US is going to be dead from now on. I know. I'm going to go live at Tamika at 3 p.m., but I don't think we're going to, oh my God, it's 5-2. I've been talking for a long time. So yeah, we're going to jump across the street right now and go talk to Tamika about how the show has completely fallen apart. We'll probably do a short recap there because nothing really happens in the episode anymore, or nothing that I really care to talk about. But I will be back live on Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern to see the fallout of Hurricane Faye, to see if there's going to be some sort of resolve and the results to the vote and what happens at the club. First one eliminated. Oh, okay. I don't even remember who he is. Is that the Asian man? I don't know where he's from. And if you haven't done so already, please, guys, please do us a favor and subscribe. You know what we're trying to do here. We're building a community of people that like reality TV. And you know what? If there's a lot of you that are really excited about FAYE Island and you want Tamika and I to recap it or review each episode, let us know in the comments if that's something that you'd like to see happening. I'm sure that Love Island UK is also probably winding up in the next 2 weeks. So there will be a lot more free time, especially since I was doing this every day. We might be able to do every day and just go through each episode, or we could do clump them together. Not sure. But if you're interested in some F-Boy Island. Let us know in the comments. Obviously, I want to hear your comments about Faye. How do you think that she didn't really handle it well, but how do you think that this whole situation is going to be resolved? Who do you think is going to be the bottom couples? Who do you want to see go home? Who do you think will go home? All that jazz. Let us know in the comments, and I'll see you across the street, 3 p.m. Eastern, to talk about Love Island USA, and then back here 2 p.m. Eastern on Monday to talk about Love Island UK episode 41. That's it. Love you guys. Thanks for joining us today. Thanks everybody in the chat. You guys are the bomb.